Okay, welcome to my shed, and in this video I'm going to balance up this wheel. It's just had a new Michelin Road 5 tyre fitted. I'll try and put a link to that video where I use the Max 2H tyre fitting tool to fit the tyre. It also shows you how to take the tyre off, which is very handy. So go and check that out. If you want to buy one of those machines, or indeed interested in getting one of those, it is now saving me money. I think it was about 300 quid. So yes, anyway, as I say, in this video, I'm going to balance this wheel up. And say it's just come off the tyre fitting tool. I'm just going to clean the soap off the sides and then start truing it up. So that's the soap and everything cleaned off. I'll just give it a little spin and waiting for it to stop. When it does stop, the heavy point will be at the bottom here and the light point will be up here, and that's where you want to stick your weights and counteract the heavy point with your weights right up until the point it no longer stops there. It stops in random places, not in the same place all the time. If it still stops in the same place all the time, it means you've got a heavy point which has ended up there. So that's just coming to a stop now. It takes a while. And if you have got one of these tyre fitting device, tyre balancing devices, the previous shaft axle that I had on this particular one, which was made of steel, actually bent and was giving me a false reading. And it didn't bend by much, but it was definitely out of true, giving me a false reading. So I've just recently bought a stainless steel rod, which is stronger and obviously straighter, and this is the first wheel that's getting balanced using that somewhere there. Right, so that's stopped. Heavy point at the bottom, lightest point at the top. I'll throw some weights on there, and it's right where the valve is as well, just coincidentally, but I'll throw some weights on that and we'll see where we get. So generally speaking, I'll start out with 10-gram weights and I sellotape them to the top until I'm getting somewhere close, and then I go on with 5-gram weights. And as I say, I sellotape them on. That way if I need to move them later, I'm not trying to unstick them from their own backing glue, because that is a bit of a pain. And also the wheel's been cleaned and all previous weights have been taken off, and the glue, which I take off with penetrating oil, just to give the surface a good clean and to get it true, really. Right, so that's now 20 grams of weight at the top there, or where the top was, and I'll just see where that ends up. Wow, and that's coming to stop with the weights at the bottom, so obviously 20 grams is too much, which is really really surprising. Usually I'm looking at sort of 40 grams of weight, so to be taking weights off at this early stage. And as I say, with sellotaping it on, it's as easy as that to take them off without leaving marks or wasting another 10 minutes trying to scrape the glue off from the back of it. And now it's ended up halfway, so perhaps even that 10's too much. So I'm going to take that 10 off and put a 5 on and see where I get with that. Yeah, so that's gone back where it was at the top there. So I think that's too light. So I'm going to put the 10 back on, but this time I'm going to try it several rotations, because what I didn't give it a chance to do, although it came to stop there, if I'd have rotated it a bit more, it might have stopped up there, over there, and this is what you want. It's stopping in random places. Only spinning it once and deciding it needed changing was wrong. So this time I'm going to do it right. I'm going to stick a 10 gram weight up there and give it multiple spins to see where it lands. And if you do rotate it a bit quick and you're getting bored of waiting, you can actually slow it down. It will find its own natural place. Right, so that's definitely stopped in a different place to what it was at. So let's try that again. And now we're stopped over here. It started out here. First spin was there. This spin it's finished over here. Let's just try that one more time, because this looks as though it's balanced now, because it's not trying to go to one point all the time. Yep, and now we're down here. I think that's trued up. So what I'll show you now, I'll just put another 10 gram weight on, which should throw it out completely, which should mean the valve with the weights should always end up down here, just to show you that when it is out of true, or you've put too much weight on, it will keep going back to the same spot. This we've just spun, what was it, 3 or 4 times, and each time it's gone to a different area. So I'll just stick another weight on, and I'll show you even slowing it down using your hands till it's going really slow, so it stops quicker, so you ain't standing there waiting for it. Has no effect on where the weights end up. And there you go, the weights have drawn it straight back down to the bottom. Obviously too much weight, all the weights at the bottom, and it doesn't matter where you start that wheel and how fast you spin it or how slowly you spin it, it will always bring it back down to there. The only deciding factor that might mess your balancing up is, as I said at the start, a bent shaft through the middle. There you go, absolutely no spin. Once again, you can see it's coming to rest at the bottom. So now if I take that extra 10 gram weight on, so now if I take that extra 10 gram weight off, we should be back to be balanced, and anywhere I put the wheel, it will stay there. There you go, 3 different little spins and 3 different outcomes. So one balanced wheel, and that's as close as I can get it on one of these basic DIYers balancing tools. So I've made sure that the base is level before I started, and made sure my collars here that hold the wheel up and straight aren't touching these outer bearings. Obviously if that's touching, it's going to give you a false reading, and this runs lovely and true, no problem at all. There you go, that's how I balance up my wheels for both my bikes, and I've never really had any problems, at least not when the balancing tool was new, and also now that I've fitted a straight shaft through it, stainless steel rather than steel, which is dead straight. There you go, hope that's helped someone. Thanks for watching. Ta-ra.